But I see a different America, an America with an unlimited future, an America that's about to take off. I hope you see it as well. Just look around.
Hey guys, thank you for stopping by. If you would, hit that like button and also subscribe if you haven't already. And there a bell will pop up. Hit that bell. That gives you instant notification of when my videos come out. I'd appreciate you guys giving me a like and sharing this with your friends. So on this video, we're going to be talking about the hypocrisy, the pure lies, the deception, the creating a tension between Republicans and Democrats if it wasn't already there already. So let's look at this first video.
But while the threat to American democracy is real, I want to say as clearly as we can, we are not powerless in the face of these threats. We are not bystanders in this ongoing attack on democracy. There are far more Americans from every background and belief who reject the extreme MAGA ideology than those that accept it.
They say if you tell a lie long enough, people will believe you, right? And I don't think anymore that it's a coincidence or, it's a fabrication. It is an outright lie, right? Telling the American people that the mega group, Republicans, Donald Trump, whoever you want to label, Christians, white people, white men are all enemies of the state, right? And we're not. I don't think so. I think we have a difference of opinion. Now, if you notice videos in 2020, all the riots.
The nation erupted into scenes of chaos, violence,
oh my God,
and widespread destruction.
Actually condoned by the media, by all those liberal progressives in Congress.
Just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country, and maybe there will be.
And those who had an extreme view.
Look, as his character is stabbed to death.
What they wanted to see America like. Now, I see him in these speeches, but I don't see him where the American people are on a constant basis. At least do it once a month or every 2 weeks. Get down in the food lines, seeing how it's down in the urban areas. Go down to the border.
U.S. Border Patrol stretched thin by record migrant crossings. More than 200,000 encounters in April alone.
All these areas that go to a grocery store and just talk to regular Americans. I don't see that happening. I don't see him going to a gas pump and talking to people about gas. I don't see him out in the oil fields or the refineries talking to oil industry leaders why their gas. He might do it behind closed doors, but we don't see it in the news. There's so many factors. To sit down with the mega group, to sit down with Trump. He preached unity. I don't see any unity, any of that. So if we look at all these videos and we see the members of Congress, the media.
People need to start taking to the streets. This is a dictator.
There needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
Enemies of the state.
Telling you to go out and commit violence. And then, a year and a half, 2 years later, to say that the mega group is violent, right? We didn't see a lot of these things done. And it's just like the whole abortion issue, right? A couple weeks ago, they released 250,000 children, just released them, right? To whoever.
Thousands of immigrant children who are entering the country without their parents say they've been sexually abused. A Democratic congressman from Florida, Ted Deutsch, released documents yesterday detailing more than 4,000 complaints of sexual abuse.
So the whole argument is that we can't have a kid because they're going to grow up in foster homes. That's another lie put out there. So to say that the MAGA group, and MAGA stands for Make America Great Again. So if you're going to say people that want to make America great are a threat to this country, there's something severely wrong with whoever's writing that speech, who's ever behind him, coercing him into doing this or giving him drugs to prop him up and then sending him out on vacation. To get out of all this nonsense, I don't understand. I guess I do understand. There's a reason why they're doing it, and it's demonic. It's evil. That is satanic. To put women out there and tell them it's all right to murder children is wrong. Okay, that's one big thing. To not to come out and punish the people that were involved with Epstein, whatever judges, congressmen, presidents, whoever involved in that, to not to prosecute them or release them, to set up the deal with Trump and not do it right away. You know what I mean? To not say, hey, you know what, he's done this, and to go after somebody for files. That's nonsense. You don't send the FBI to do that, right? I mean, if like you say, if you could send people there and they could do the deal and say, hey, listen, what about this? If you want to declassify that, it's all, no matter which way you spin this, if you looked at it with a rational eye, it's definitely disturbing. It's corrupt and it's wrong. Now, here's what Maxine Waters had to say about the violence, the attack, the threat that she wanted to put on 81 million or 78 million, however you want to look at it, MAGA Republicans. Check this out.
I will go and take Trump out tonight.
And if you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
So as you can see, she's out on, she's pushing the violence, right? I mean, simple as that. Now, the same with CNN. Look what they did to broadcaster, reporter, whatever you want to call him. I don't even remember his name. I don't really care. Listen to what he had to say back when the riots in 2020.
Show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
Propaganda, these threats, these attacks. I think what they're doing is they're actually trying to kick the lion while he's down, maybe while he's sleeping, that type of thing, to get a response. Obviously, when they raided Trump, they were setting this up. So what they're doing is they're pushing some of the right-wing side of the Republicans, some of the crazies, some of the guys that are they're loose in cannons anyway. They're plants from the liberal media, extreme left, the communist Democrats, and they're going to stir this up, just like they with Ray Epps, just like with some of these Antifa members that were at January 6th, just like the cops that opened the doors and let the January 6th guys inside. Then you had agitators. They were telling them, hey, go in, come on in, whatever. And sure, everybody's going to go in. People follow each other. That's just what people do, is they follow someone else. There's not too many leaders. There's more Indians than there are chiefs, right? Yeah, check out this other video of the actual violence they did to the cities in America.
Protesters chase down the truck and swarm over the cabin. Eventually, the driver is dragged out and beaten by the mob. 75 cities are living through these protests. Many are in flames. More than half have imposed curfews. In Michigan, every car on this street is on fire, windows smashed, tear gas deployed.
Tell your brothers and sisters, we will not win this fight with guns. It's not going to happen. We got to be peaceful.
Tear gas and rubber bullets too. In the beachside community of Santa Monica, 1,000 National Guard soldiers are patrolling LA streets, helping 20,000 police on the ground.
Now, if you're going to tell me that these are okay and these aren't threats to the American society, the American way of life, I mean, just look at the increased violence in the big cities in the United States. It's just overwhelming. The amount of chaos, the amount of rebellion, they're not doing anything about it. Like I said before, I don't see Biden going out there and calling for calm and talking to those city people, the police officers, encouraging them. You can't do all that from a bully pulpit in some staged area with a red backdrop, no less. And it just looks evil, like it's an intentional. I mean, obviously when they're telling you that these are threats, A threat is a severe action that calls for a defense, right? Or an offense. And that's what we see with Trump, and they're agitating people enough to get them to respond, right? I can't say it enough. It's a bad situation, and it's going to get worse. Now, the amount of videos that are coming out every day of the violence in these big cities is very disturbing. Listen, I'm one individual. I'm yelling in the wilderness, right? I'm yelling in the woods that nobody can hear me. And the media is definitely on the side of the president. They're on the side of the communist Democrats. There's absolutely nothing that an individual can do, right? And I'm not calling for violence. I'm not a violent person. I'm going to tell you right now, this whole election coming up is definitely rigged again. I'm going to tell you that right now. Everybody's on the right is calling, yeah, we're going to have a red wave. There's not going to be a red wave. You watch. There's going to be so much confusion and distraction with all this stuff. A lot of these people are going to be moving into, I understand being a sore loser, right? But when you have proof that there's been a crime committed, there's been deception, there's been stealing, that type of thing. And you can, I don't care what side you're on, if you're going to tell them certain ways, unless you have proof and everybody believes that proof, that's the way it is. And if you deny that proof, then you're obviously an outright liar, okay? And you have an agenda. The president, his people have agenda. The media has an agenda. What side they're on, they have their agendas. Hey, that's a wrap. Appreciate you guys watching the video to the end. And if you guys would, if you subscribe, if you haven't already, hit the bell. Also, like this video, share this video, and comment on this video. What do you guys think about President Biden's speech? I'd appreciate all comments. It's great to, and if you have any ideas for a video, if you got information that you can send to me, I appreciate that. And also, I'm looking for YouTubers to get on the channel with me and discuss these types of things. So you guys have a wonderful day. I will see you on the next video. Have a great day. Bye now.